Travis Wingate, so still not fully settled yet, so I'll just keep talking. First Nephi, chapter 1, verse 19. And it came to pass that the Jews did mock him, Lehi, because of the things which he testified of them. For he truly testified of their wickedness and their abominations. And he testified that the things which he saw and heard, and also the things which he read in the book, manifested plainly of the coming of a Messiah, and also the redemption of the world. And when the Jews heard these things, they were angry with him. Yea, even as with the prophets of old, whom they had cast out, and stoned, and slain, and they also sought his life, that they might take it away. In chapter 2. For behold, it came to pass that the Lord spake unto my father, yea, even in a dream, and said unto him, Blessed art thou, Lehi, because of the things which thou hast done, and because thou hast been faithful, and declared unto this people the things which I commanded thee. Behold, they seek to take away thy life. And it came to pass that the Lord commanded my father, even in a dream, that he should take his family and depart into the wilderness. Have no family. Especially don't have sons of which to find another family with an equal number of available daughters to match up with my sons. That's similar to Noah, in that Noah warned the people of destruction, warned them of their wickedness, and they refused to listen. Thus only Noah and his family with their wives survived. And thus it is said that in the last days it shall be as in the days of Noah. But it's also supposed to be a day similar to the story of Moses, who confronts Pharaoh, and 3 days of darkness, similar to two total solar eclipses on the outer side and an annular in the middle, on Father's Day this past June. And then coronavirus. And so Joseph Smith in section 103 says, a man like Moses shall lead Mormons, as a Mormon himself, to redeem Zion. That was scenario number 2. Could be 1, I don't really care about the order. And then a third one is that Ether and Moroni both wrote the history of the destruction of their people as they lived alone. That seems more plausible for me, if I can survive on my own with a coronavirus pandemic and violence on the rise. And then, of course, there's always the option of they'll just murder me. And that's what they tried today. They're too cowardly to actually pull a trigger or use a knife. They go through others to do their work for them. So yeah, the eviction notice that I previously talked about. And I have till Friday, 5 p.m. As I've indicated that the signs in the heaven this week, you need to pay attention to me. I am never wrong. I've had these going straight. I guess technically you can go back to the third of the tetrad. Way back in 2015. I had to do some crash course research to expand upon my education that told me about the ancients' manner of understanding the heavens, as it is a virgin territory for knowledge. But that hasn't stopped me before. I've deciphered Paleo-Hebrew. I've deciphered Egyptian petroglyphs. And made the discoveries that Joseph Smith was using the same exact translation process in the Book of Abraham as the authors of the Bible used. The exact same process. So yeah, Thursday, as I've told you, and I did the emergency video Saturday. Remember I did the emergency video. And I did the 3 version thing on that. Not just a video. 3 to give you the whole story summation. Because the whole story would take many more videos, as I've already done a good portion of them for you. But I told you, pay attention. I don't know how it's going to happen, but something's going to happen. And I don't know if it's for my good or for my bad. It's supposed to be for my good. I won. And this death threat, again, causes me, the plaintiff, to win. Because the defense are in contempt of court, attempting to commit further crimes while the case is still going. And it was through the landlord again. She gave me a 30-day notice back on Friday the 13th of March, at the start of everybody's concern for the coronavirus, when we shut down. And now it's worse. And I see from the numbers that I've been keeping track of each and every single day, Governor Herbert is specifically, beginning for this week's numbers, throttling the numbers, limiting them to stay under 10%, which still keeps us in orange, even though he claims we're yellow. West Valley never even got tested. They ran out of testing kits. West Valley is the second biggest city in Utah, and they didn't test anybody here. West Valley City has probably, maybe, because we contain a lot of the poorer housing, so a lot of the Latino communities live here in West Valley City. I mean, we have our own separate branch in my stake here for the Spanish ward. So it's not a branch, it's a ward. And so stake conferences, because the rest of the stakes, or rest of the wards, are English, Spanish, you always see with the headsets if they don't also know English. And so they have translators. And Utah has already, the press has already covered that Latinos are being hit hard disproportionately in Utah. But if you don't test them, they don't count. And if they die, you don't count it as a coronavirus death. Tisha B'Av, 9/11 for the Jews, because that was the day that in 586 BCE, on Tisha B'Av, 9/11, and I told you in the videos, they switched the day and the month. That was when the Babylonians came in and destroyed the Jewish temple. That's the story for Lehi. That's the setting. And Mormons get upset with me when I say, out of the book, hey guys, you guys are going to be destroyed, Mormons. You're wicked. Repent. You're gonna be destroyed. And so yes, I am Lehi, because that's what's being fulfilled here, similar to Samuel the Lamanite. I'm the one, only Mormon, who is able to give the prophecies of the signs in the heavens, because apparently I'm the only one who owns a stellarium.org. You can download it, but you can also look online. But it's great, because when the internet's down, you still have access to it. And so, yeah, I'll be at least taking my laptop on my wandering journey in America as everybody is destroyed. If that's the scenario that is coming. And then the second Tisha B'Av, and the second 9/11 for the Jews was the Romans, who came in 72 CE and destroyed their rebuilt Temple of Solomon. The Kirtland Temple was destroyed, wasn't it? Wasn't it burned down? Or was that just the Nauvoo Temple, so that Brigham Young could try to get the insurance claim on it? Let me do a quick check while I'm still trying to calm down. Kirtland Temple. Okay. Owned and operated. Oh, the Community of Christ owns the Kirtland Temple? Oh. Yeah, that's Emma Smith. Oh. Having her son, when he was old enough, take over as the prophet. Oh. See, I completely lacked in church history knowledge. I had to do a full cram course study on that too, in the end of 2017. It got started because my neighbor, Blunt, he talked to me in Sunday school as we were about to have the lesson on the Exodus to Utah, as Brigham Young was called the Millennial Moses, the false Christ. And yeah, so I haven't gotten to this part in the research. I only got to 1829 and have done other side things like the assassination of Joseph Smith and Hiram, and then finding out about Heber C. Kimball. Truman O. Angel, that's Brigham Young's brother-in-law, isn't it? Yeah. So what's this about him recording in his journal? Yeah, okay, so yeah. This is not primary source information, guys. Wikipedia, you need to dismiss this. Dear God. Huh, okay, so it's still up and going. They've done some remodeling, obviously, but wow. And yeah, see, Sidney Rigdon, that's where he was working on the Book of Mormon, and so Joseph Smith yep, they did a little, yeah, and so Smith Sr. was pissed with the 116 pages lost. They just barely got started, and Joseph Smith loses the pages to Martin Harris. Yep. Huh. So yeah, they had to redo the manner of delivery after that. But that's part of my Harmony PA playlist. Interesting. So yeah, Kirtland was where Sidney Rigdon was, but Emma got ownership of the temple. Good for you. Oh man. So yeah, like I was saying, and yeah, you'll know that there's no inverted pentagrams on the Kirtland Temple. That Truman guy, the brother-in-law of Brigham, he's the one with the inverted pentagram fetish. So, yep, Thursday. And then the first, there was also a sign indicator, and then the third is the new moon, as it's in the belly of the beast. So, is that me leaving and saying I'm giving up on Utah, I'm out of here? And then the Lord on my journey, as I'm swallowed by a whale, and then spits me out and says that I need to go back to Utah and tell them to repent. I can be Pinocchio with the nose that grows. if you don't know about Pinocchio, there was also a Disney version of Pinocchio in outer space with Monstro the whale as a spacecraft. Not just the Disney original with the actual whale on Earth. So, yeah, the only way that can happen, I guess, is to go west. Oh, God. Yeah, we'll see. Because I'm expecting that come 5 p.m. I'm doubtful, because on the eviction notice they say I have 10 days to appeal with the management. Oh, I'm sure that will be fair and unbiased. And so I will have at least 10 days after that. But yeah, this is not what they gave me before. They gave me a 30-day notice. I complained. Everybody remained silent. And I was given a new one. It was just a warning. And I thought, okay. They're not taking it off my record, but okay. They're backing off. Nope. They're bringing it back up today of all days, the very day, which would have taken them enough time to contact the Unified Constable's Office, State of Utah, Utah County, Maine, and have them submit it. Dear God, they have balls. All I did was again inform the judge of more criminal behavior as we all await his final verdict. And they just can't stop. They can't just leave me alone until the order is given. I mean, granted, I won, and I pointed that out. But, I mean, that's the thing that crime organizations do. And yes, that's what the complaint is about, is that they're a crime organization. So why am I surprised? I'm not. But I mean, to have the gall. I mean, at least they didn't do it after 4:30. They gave me time to again notify the judge. Hey, I've got more indictments. Involving the same people who had already been notified to back off and leave me alone. They seek to take away my life. But yeah, he waits until he gets a dream before he leaves, even though he knows they want to take away his life. He still waits for the dream. So, will I get that dream? On or before Thursday? On Friday morning? If this is the scenario, like I said, I woke up to a dream early. It was like 9 or 10 when the Magna earthquake went off. I woke up. I was woken up. I was like, what am I doing up? Ugh. Oh well, I'm getting an idea for a video. Turned on my computer, turned on the camera, began talking, and then during the talk, unbelievable. So yeah, nobody has, nothing since the first eviction that they downgraded to just a notification, which means this is full retaliation. There is no ifs, ands, or buts, and they're clearly watching my videos looking for anything against me. That's called, in the legal terms, laying in wait. That's a felony crime also. So yeah, maybe they're the ones behind my thumbs downs. And they're cowards because they know that if they show themselves in a comment, they'll be gone. And I will have caught them in the act. But yeah, this is what criminals do. You're criminals. Wow. Wow. Yeah. So, maybe what I'll do is, if nothing happens at 5 p.m. on Friday, I will send notification to management, not Samantha. She's not my landlord. Even though Lisa, her manager, her boss, said, nope, we're not going to do anything, and she was silent. I gave notification to her. And so yeah, then Samantha comes back on that Monday with the revised version of just a notification. But yeah, that's not cool. Everybody stayed away. I therefore couldn't approach anybody, so they're just bringing up double jeopardy. And because, well, it's not a criminal thing that you got convicted for in the first place, so it's not really double jeopardy. The church does that too. Gabriel, I roomed with him as I tried to flee from my parents way back when my first wife abandoned me. We had an apartment downtown, and he talked to me about later, when we were both in the singles ward, the older singles ward, at the 7200 Union Boulevard Stake Center, behind the fire department. He had told me that he went in for a bishop's interview. The bishop asked him a sexual nature question above and beyond the list that you're supposed to ask. And so Gabriel was honest. Yeah, when I was in Brazil, I had sexual relations with a woman back then. The bishop said, okay, we're going to have to take your recommend and we're going to punish you. And Gabriel was like, I don't understand. He went to a university in Brazil, got a legal license to practice, comes to America, becomes an American citizen. It's worthless. The United States will not accept his license or his education in law. So he had to do other work. But he had told me that he had already resolved it with his bishop in Brazil. And I said, well, did you tell this bishop that? Because that's double jeopardy. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, and so yeah, he went and talked to the bishop again, and everything was settled. But I mean, dear God, I mean, that's why they had to put double jeopardy in there in our amendments, is because you're committing a crime when you incriminate someone twice over. And this eviction on the 13th of March, Friday the 13th, that was downgraded to a notice on my record. But now they're saying, oh, we're bringing that all up again. 3 days, get out. Oh, you downgraded it. You removed Percy as a result of it. You stayed away as my landlord. And yet, you're now saying that all the things I had done before, that I had the video evidence of my innocence, you're now coming back at me for. And now I'm only getting 3 days notification instead of 30. Yep. I'm sure this is all legal. See, technically, I can have them take me to court, because they have to. And so, yes, we'll go to court. I'll show the judge the previous eviction. I'll show the judge the downplay to a mark on my record. I will show the emails of the refusal to respond, and of the response eventually saying that we're still keeping her in. Well, I'll show that she was the one who was being racist to me, as I will point out the emails. So yes, if they want to pursue this, go for it. But of course, if they get the police to have me removed without a trial, or before a trial, wouldn't that be fair and honest? So yeah, again, read or listen to the video. This morning, people are going to my bombshell video about the video and are not, you guys are going to number 3 rather than the 1, and then not as many go to number 2. Supposed to watch them in order. And do that on purpose. Don't think you know things that you can just figure it out. I had to learn it, and thus organized it in such a manner. So don't think you know better than me. Alrighty. It's a wonderful life, ain't it? What would the world be like without Travis? Will it be paradise? Or will it be the Postman, where Utah becomes the Great Salt Flats, as Kevin Costner wanders with his mule in the opening scene, as it's all desolated. And apparently we had a spirit of 76 in Utah. I don't think so. That was a California thing. Yeah, the spirit of 76 didn't make it to Utah.